Welcome to ProCare Hospice, the volunteer department. I hope you'll join us. Volunteers can make a difference. You will be making a difference. You'll be keeping the patients company, making their last days happy by playing games, reading, singing, and so on, whatever they would like. Support the families by providing companionship with their loved ones so they can take a shower, walk around the block, or go shopping. You'll assist with group activities. So many of them can't do group activities. Their mobilization is gone. You'll be helping them with that. Interact with nurses, come to our meetings, and interact with family members, and run errands sometimes. Every visit is an adventure. There are new people to meet and different challenges that you don't meet in other places. Each visit is never quite the same, even with the same people. You never know who you're going to meet or what's going to happen or how they're going to feel at these type of crisis times. So at this difficult time, families often feel the strain. Your caring presence can help soothe and support them. Being yourself and being there is all it takes to be calming and encouraging to patients and their families. Take your cues from them. Your volunteering will have meaning. It's a privilege to support people at the end of their lives, to make them happy. Sometimes you'll even be there to console a family at the time their loved one's passing or after, when they're most in need of a comforting presence. And if they know you and have talked to you before, it's even more valuable. People become more emotional at times like this. But don't take my word for it. Here's what some other volunteers have to say.
Virginia Roris, and she's a very nice supervisor. So she showed me the environment, and I like this environment. So after I found out the resident, I become comfortable with her. So I regularly stay with her. The first things I do, I didn't just go straight to the Chinese hearing. I try to let her familiar with me. So I usually talk to her, sing the song to her, and talk anything or read the things to her. Whatever I can do, I just make her feel comfortable with me.
What does she do back?
Because she is no response. She don't know she don't talk. I don't think she's capable of talking. So she just sit on the wheelchair, and usually she not responding at all. But she usually will look at me when I'm talking to her. She will look at me and look at me. And sometimes she's just dozing around. But I just keep talking to her and say, "Hi, how are you?" And call her name, try to get her attention. Say, "Hi, so and so and so. I'm here. My name is so and so and so." So try to let her know I'm with her, so she will feel comfortable with me. And that lady, she's kind of special. It's because she don't talk. And when I'm here, I usually will bring a book I like or the things I like. I will read to this person. I will read or sing the song and talk about the weather. So weather is so nice. I usually push her out because I don't like air here. It's kind of dim. So I like to be with her one by one.
After 6 months of love and attention, the lady had changed.
Kind of funny. She speaks Chinese back to me. She copied my word like a baby. She copied the Chinese back to me. So now, her health is kind of a little bit better than used to be. And then I just treat, everything I try to do is I treat them like my mom or my relatives and or myself, thinking about in the future, when you grow older, if you are in this situation, how you want people to treat you. Then in this time, how did you treat them as you want to be, then people treat you. So I treat her, I always call her, "Hi mama," call her name, I say, call her mom, and sometimes today she said, "Oh mama," even she say her name. And then I asked her husband, he said when she sleep, she call his name, and she speak a long sentence, and all makes sense. So you don't think a little bit things you do is them create a lot of big effort. Don't say thinking a that way, because whatever you do, accumulate little by little, actually you bring the resident new life, new things to them. So actually you devote a lot to this patient, and then she know I'm here. Whenever I talk to her in Chinese, I discovered today, I talk her in English, she don't kind of even bother to look at me. But when I call her in Chinese, she look at me. She know I'm coming. She know it's me here. So you can know that if you interact with a patient for a certain period of time, they know you are here. They like to be with you. And then sometimes she say miss you, nowhere come from nowhere. So you are with them. Like Virginia told us, their spiritual inside still alive. So they sometimes, just come up something, say, oh, I miss you, or they miss you. Certain, like a small word, and she's alive inside.
Hi, my name is Alice, and I have been volunteering for 6 months now. And I first started in January, and Virginia Norris, the volunteer coordinator, she brought me here and she showed me around. And then she told me the names of some patients and the different places in the hospice. And after that, the week after that, I started volunteering. And when I first started, I was really nervous and I was scared because no one was there to, show me around, like give me a feel of how it was to work with other patients. So the first patient I worked with a lady named Alice. And at first, I didn't know what to do because she was active, but she wouldn't speak back to me. And she wouldn't say anything, but she was like really active and she was able to hold things. She was able to walk without anyone guiding her. So on the first day that I worked with her, we played puzzles because one of the nurses told me that she likes puzzles. And so while I was putting the puzzles together, she was just looking at me working and she didn't talk to me back. And I talked to her and I said, oh, it's a wonderful weather today, and she would just nod. I said, yeah. So it was really scary and nervous for me to work with her on the first day. But then as days came by later and I got to know her more, I learned where she was from, where she was born, and what kind of hobbies she likes to do. And slowly she got to talking, she talked more to me, and she was able to socialize with me more. And eventually she got really well and she was able to communicate with other residents here. So eventually Alice was out of the service, and then Virginia Norris told me that I could work with other patients in the hospice. So the next patient I worked with was another lady named Jean. And Jean, on the other hand, she talks a lot. Like, she always talks. But the problem is that she talks and she doesn't know sometimes that you're with her or that you're beside her, you're near her. And so if you read a book to her or you talk to her, she probably won't listen to you, or she probably won't reply back to you because she's in her own little world and she's just blabbling away. So what I would do with her is I would come here and I would just listen to her and hold her hand and say yeah, and and reply back to her. And when she asked me questions like, oh, where's my mom, or where did he go, I would just make up answers to her, make up the answers so that she'll feel reassured or that she'll feel comfortable. I like to take her out for walks, and I think going out to the garden walking is really important because these residents don't get a lot of exercise. And so if you take them out in the garden, they can walk as well as enjoy the sceneries and enjoy the sun shining on her face and enjoying the warmth. And for Jean, I also like to I also like to play with the puzzles with her, or I like to show her photo albums of how she looked like 10 years before or something like that. And then one time her son came too to visit her, and I talked with his son for a while, and then we were discussing her health at that moment and everything. So I got to know a lot about herself and about her family and about things that she likes. Like, she likes to sing also. And so another patient that I also like to work with is a lady named Catherine, and for her, she doesn't talk a lot, she doesn't talk at all, but if you look at her and if she looks back to you and if you smile at her, she'll smile back to you. And I think that is really rewarding, and it gives you a good feeling inside because you know that you're making her smile and that you're making her happy inside. So overall, my experience in being a volunteer in the hospice, it's very, very rewarding, and it gives me a lot of experience because when I go to college, I want to major in health, and I believe that working here is like my foundation because I get to work. I actually have to work with my hands first, and I have to interact with other patients. Overall, it's been a really good experience for me, and and also it's really fun too because you know that you're making a difference in the residents' lives. You know that before they pass away, you're trying to make their life as active and as enjoyable as possible because some of these patients here, they don't have families visiting them frequently, and so they feel lonely and they feel like there's nothing for them to do. So if you come here every week or once in a while, they feel enlightened. They feel like, oh, there's someone here to socialize with me, to hang around with me, and it gives them a good feeling that, oh, there's someone here who cares about me, and someone here who likes to hang around with me. So yeah, so it's a really good feeling for you and for the patients.